Welcome to San Pedro de Atacama. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany from She Run the World Travel Blog, and today I'm going to be giving you a 3-day itinerary for San Pedro de Atacama in Chile. This area can seem a bit overwhelming because it's just a huge desert area in the northern part of Chile. There are so many things to do, so many animals to see, so many tours to do, so hopefully this day-by-day itinerary will help you in your planning process. So let's go ahead and dive in. On day 1, you're going to make the journey from Santiago to San Pedro de Atacama, and you'll do your first tour to the Moon Valley. When you hop off the plane, there will be multiple transfer service booths to take you from the Calama airport to your hotel in San Pedro de Atacama. It doesn't really matter which one you go with, they're all the same price, $15,000 one way or $26,000 round trip. It will take a total of about 1 hour and 15 minutes to get from the airport to San Pedro, and then of course from there it depends in what order they drop off people at their hotels. After you check in and drop off your bags, it's time to explore the quaint downtown of San Pedro. As you're exploring, you'll notice that there are a ton of tour operating companies, so start to pop your head in and compare prices. It's best to book all your tours from one company because they'll give you a discount. We ended up going with Andy's Travel and chose the 4 tours: Moon Valley, Geyser del Tatio, Tour Astronomico, and Piedras Rojas. Total for all 4, it should have been about 175,000 pesos, but it ended up being 130,000 pesos with the discount. After all your tours are booked, grab some lunch. I highly recommend Mercado Blanco. It has a great atmosphere, cool decor, and delicious healthy food. We got falafel, a salad, and a pressed juice, and it was all amazing. After lunch, choose to explore more or go back to your hotel for a quick power nap before you have to meet in the downtown area again for your Moon Valley tour at 4 p.m. It will only take about 15 minutes to get from the downtown to Moon Valley, and there's an entrance fee of 10,800 pesos that's not included in your tour. You can ask the tour agency to help you book it online beforehand or use cash when you get there. It's up to you. You start off by walking for about 1 hour around the largest sand dune in the area and to a great viewpoint of the rocks down below. Remember, it's going to be super hot and you're at a very high elevation, so the oxygen is scarce. Take it slow and drink tons of water. After that, you'll head to a different part of the park to see the 3 Marys, which are vertical rock formations, and a few other notable rock formations in the park. Next, you'll have a drink and some snacks with your group. It's time to hang out, get to know people, and just relax before you head to the last spot of the tour, the sunset spot. You'll be here for about an hour, find a great spot to take a seat, admire the views, and watch the sun go down. Although the main view is in the valley in front of you with all the cool rock formations, my favorite was actually looking behind me as the sun was going down to see the pink hues coating the mountains and volcanoes in the distance. It was absolutely magical. After the tour, grab some dinner. I highly recommend adobe, and head back to your hotel to get some rest. On day 2, you'll get picked up from your hotel at 6 a.m. for your Piedras Rojas tour, or Red Rocks. You'll drive about 1.5 hours to the Tropic of Capricorn, which is the circle of latitude that contains the subsolar point at the December solstice, meaning it's the southernmost latitude where the sun can be directly seen overhead. You'll have a chance to snap some photos and eat your breakfast, which is included in the tour. Tea, coffee, juice, French bread with avocado, cheese, and salami for sandwiches, cake, and fruits. If you're lucky, you'll even get to spot a fox or 2. We had 2 show up right as we were packing up everything from breakfast, so we stayed a few minutes longer to watch them. They were so cute. Next, you'll make a quick pit stop to pay your entrance fee, which is 23,000 pesos per person. Again, not included in the tour. You'll continue to drive for a little over an hour before arriving at the Piedras Rojas entrance. As you're driving, be sure to keep your eyes peeled for wildlife. We saw tons of vicuñas and a few ostriches as well. In the park, you'll do an easy walk for about an hour to see the different viewpoints of the red rocks, lagoons, volcanoes, and maybe spot a vicuña or two. One thing I really loved about Andy's travel was their schedule. Their schedule was earlier than all the other tours, so when we arrived, we were the only people in the entire park. Tours only started arriving as we were leaving, so it really was ours the entire time. Next up is another hour drive to the Miscante and Miniques lagoons. First up is the bigger one, Miscante. You'll get a chance to look at it from a nice viewpoint above, and then you'll drive down and get a closer look near the water's edge. After that, you'll head 5 minutes down the road to Miniques, which is a lot smaller, but we were able to see a ton of different bird species here and a few vicuña families by the water. After this, you'll drive about 1.5 hours to the last stop of the day, Chaxa Lagoon, which is in the Flamingo Reserve. Here is a huge area with a bunch of flamingos, and they're a bit spread out, so you'll want to walk to multiple different areas to get some good photos. From here, it's about a 1-hour drive back to San Pedro, and you'll get a free lunch at the restaurant in town. It'll be about 5:30 p.m. by the time you finish. Take some time to relax before heading to the center of town at 9 p.m. for your astronomy tour. Yes, you will be exhausted, but this was my favorite tour of the weekend, so I can promise you it's worth it. You start off by getting a lesson of the constellations and planets you can see with the naked eye. Then you get a chance to look through some telescopes to see some awesome things. We actually got to see the rings of Saturn. It was insane. And lastly, they'll show you how to take great star photos on your camera or phone, and then they'll take professional photos of you as well. It was by far the best night sky I've ever seen, and I can't recommend this tour enough. You'll get home around 11:30 p.m., so get some sleep before getting picked up at 4:30 a.m. for your Geyser del Tatio tour. It'll take about 1.5 hours to get to the geysers, and it's an extra $15,000 entrance fee per person. Again, not included in the tour. You'll get out at the first geyser field and walk around for about 30 to 40 minutes, and let me warn you, it is freezing. It was negative 15 degrees Celsius, and I can truly say I don't remember a time that I was ever that cold. My fingers and toes froze up instantly, so please bring as many layers as you can. After that first walk, you'll get in the car to drive 5 minutes up the road to the second geyser field and do another 30-minute walk. Then you'll drive about 15 minutes outside of the park to have breakfast. Same as the day before, sandwich stuff, cake, and drinks. Drink something warm and wait as the sun continues to get hotter and help you shed some of those layers that you're wearing. Next, you're going to make your way back to San Pedro with a few stops along the way. Stop 1 is a beautiful marshland filled with so many different types of birds and a few vicuñas as well. It has a great backdrop of the mountains and volcanoes. Next stop was a lagoon filled with flamingos. In my opinion, this spot was way better than the Flamingo Reserve from the day before. And the last stop is a nice canyon with these unique vertical cacti that only grow 1 centimeter per year. From here, it'll take about 45 minutes to drive back to San Pedro, where you can rest, shower, and head back to the airport to catch your flight back to Santiago. Instead of taking the flight back to Santiago, a lot of people do opt to take the bus from San Pedro to Salar de Uyuni. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's in Bolivia. So if you have more time, you can continue your travels from Chile to Bolivia and even on to Peru from there. So here's a quick recap. Day 1, you're gonna arrive in the Calama airport and get to San Pedro de Atacama, and you're gonna do your first tour in the afternoon for a sunset tour in Moon Valley. Day 2, you're gonna wake up bright and early for the Piedras Rojas tour, and then you're gonna end the day with the Astronomical tour. And day 3, you're gonna wake up even earlier to do the Geysers del Tatio, and then you're gonna make your way on to the next place, whether that's back to Santiago or on to Bolivia. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps me out, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all my upcoming videos as I continue to travel through South America. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.